कृष्ण श्री लाल की, बालकृष्ण भगवान की, उमापति महादेव, अम्बे मात की जय, गणपति महाराज की, पवन सुत हनुमान की। नमः पार्वती पते, हर हर महादेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। हरे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। कृष्ण गोविंद हरे। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने, प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय श्रीगोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ओम कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरे परमात्मने, प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। Dear devotees, we are in our Bhagavad Gita talk with the grace of the Bhagwan Sri Krishna and the divine knowledge from the Guru Maharaj and little knowledge which I have from the Bhagavad Gita. Today we are going to be understand the chapter number 5. When we talk about the chapter number 5, then after we understand कि भाई chapter number 5 is all about the karma sannyasa yoga. So chapter number 5 is karma sannyasa yoga, which teach us the karma and the sannyas. Look, we are having some technical issue, that is why some interruptions comes, but now we have managed to come over, because the problem we sitting here is the load shedding, and when we have a load shedding, then we find alternative options. So alternative options always is a something which is gives us a lot of discomfort, but the main aim is to broadcast and then after a continuation. So when we talk about the Karma Sannyasa Yoga, fifth chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna started, and the meaning of the Karma Sannyas is Karma and Sannyas. That alone tells us, okay, if we take the sannyas from the karma, then the karma will not bind us. However, you might think about what is exactly happening here. What is you are trying to tell us? Sannyas from the karma means that we don't do anything. No, it's not that case. Sannyas, we have taken this in this world. The sannyas word is becoming a fashionable word. We are considering ourselves that I'm a sannyasi. Sannyasi means ke tyagi. Tyagi means ke give up everything. A problem starts where we wear the sannyasi cloth, we put the sannyasi tag on ourselves, but happen what? When we put the tag on sannyasi on ourselves, and then we use the 4x4, air-conditioned car, air-conditioned hut, big lavish lifestyle, and that is not a sannyasi lifestyle. Sannyasi lifestyle is give up. Give up means ke detach yourself from everything. So even if you are in a sansar, you can still detach yourself from everything, and that is called the karma sannyas. Bhagavan Sri Krishna is asking, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling Arjun, but before Arjun, Bhagavan Sri Krishna tell anything to the Arjun, what the Bhagavan, Arjun has asked to the question to the Bhagavan. So starting like this, Arjun uvacha sanyasam karmanam Krishna punaryogam sasamsashi yaccheya etayorekam tanme bruhi sunishchitam. Arjun is telling, Hey Krishna, તમે એક બાજુના કર્મોના સંન્યાસની અને વળી બીજી બાજુ કર્મયોગની પ્રશંસા કરો છો, તો આ બંનેમાંથી ચોક્કસપણે કલ્યાણકારી સાધન હોય તે કહો. હવે ક્વેશ્ચન સ્ટાર્ટ હિયર ઇઝ સંન્યાસમ કર્મણા કૃષ્ણ પુનર્યોગમ સંસસી. One side, Krishna, you telling me that sannyas is the good. Now, other side, Hey Krishna is telling me is you must perform your karma. Which is the best? Which is the good one? Sunishchitam. Why there is a doubt? Why there is a ifs and buts? Why there is no direct, clear guideline what to do, either sannyasi or either karma yogi? Because now we are getting confused now. Should we remain sannyasi or should we become a karma yogi? Because one side you telling me do your karma, and other side you telling me sannyasi is the best. Subject now starts here, and this is dilemma is not an Arjun dilemma. It's our dilemma. We all remain into that dilemma that should we perform the karma or not? Or should we live the life and then become a sannyasi? Then Bhagavan is replying that Shri Bhagavan uvacha sannyasah karma yogascha nishreya sakaravubhau tayostu karma sannyastat karma yogo vishishyate. Sri Bhagavan, karma sannyas. and Karma Yoga. The both are equally important. Both are equally needed. Between both of them, Karma Sannyas and the Karma Yoga, in between both of them, the Karma Yoga is easiest way to perform. Now Bhagwan Sri Krishna says कि भाई कर्म संन्यास means के मन इंद्रिय शरीर. So karma sannyas means ke we get detached with the karma which we perform mentally, sensually, and physically. When the mind, body, and senses get involved, then the emotion kick starts. When the emotion kick starts, then karma binding kick start. Very important is where is our emotions is, which direction our emotions are going, what our emotions are taking to us. That all play a very big role. Secondly, Karma Yoga means के समानता बुद्धि, Bhagavad Arth Karma, karma which we perform for the Bhagwan. And this is what Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga doesn't tell us where you must get benefit out of it. In these days, the life is what about me? What is my benefit? What I will get it? What will be my personal glory, name, fame? What will happen to me if I am going to do this? When child go to the school, then child expect if I am going to finish the school, then after the school definitely I will have a better admission into the university. Very same child enter into the university, expect that I will have a good job. But that is the one which is expectation. What about me? What I am going to get it? Similarly, when we do anything karma, we ask ourselves, what about me? What I am going to get it? What is for me? And that policy we have adopted into our life in every second, every aspect, including the spiritual world as well. We ask ourselves, what about me? What I'm going to get? If I'm going to go to the place of the worship, what is my benefit? What will I get? What will I get? Then we say blessings, but I'm already blessed. I have a good job. I have a good wife. I have a family. I have everything. I have a name, fame, success, everything. So why must I go? And that's where the karma sannyas and karma yoga kickstart. Karma sannyas tells us that don't expect anything when you do. And karma yoga also gives us something calmness, samatva samanta buddhi, where we don't expect anything. So even when we go to the place of the worship, why must we expect I will get these things? There's nothing something to be expect, but when we go, so when we say place of the worship, in Gujarati it says mandir, devalaya. In Sanskrit it is called devalaya, and then is a mandir. Mandir, we use the word very easy, mandir. So mandira, manadara, man iti dara. Dara means house. House of the mind, it called the mandir, if you look at that way. So house means home. Say alternatively, alternate option, alternate word which we can use, it called the home. Home of the mind, it called the mandir. So when a soul reach to the home, then automatically soul feel calm. peaceful. Not only that, soul feels focused, and then that is the soul looking forward to have it, which is all luxury, all name, fame, success, money, good life, everything will not give, which the mandir will give. Why? Because the soul has reached to the home. Subject which is I'm trying to explain to you here is when we say karma sannyas and karma yoga is this word which we have to understand. So in the fifth chapter, Bhagavan Sri Krishna will continuously focus on this word called the karma sannyas and karma yoga, and then each word will give us in-depth explanation and understanding. Okay, bhai, what is the karma sannyas and karma yoga can do it in our life. But before we go in depth explanation and understanding, we must try to understand the generally. So when we have to detach ourselves from the karma, then we need to start detached emotionally. What is our emotions is? So anything we do, we involve ourselves physically, mentally. So mind and body get involved, then automatically senses get involved. When the senses, body, mind, all three combined get involved into the any action, then the fourth one, which is called the emotions, kickstarts. And that emotions play a very crucial role to perform the karma. Why? Because we will think I have put my heart and soul into that karma, but what I have received. Say for example, there was one sadhu who has decided that I will climb up Badrinath. Badrinath means ke Bhagwan Sri Vishnu's dham, holiest place, like in the Himalayan mountain. Badrinath, Kedarnath, that all the highest, holiest place. So Badrinath, in these days, you can reach Badrinath easily. There is lots of facility available, helicopter rides. But I'm talking about 30, 40, 50 years ago. It was difficult to go to that type of the places. High in a mountain, landslide happens, rain happens, anything can happen. Now, one sadhu said, I will go to the Badrinath. And then another sansari also said, I will also go to the Badrinath. So they both decided to go to the Badrinath. They started walking. And then after, they reached to the very close point of the Badrinath. So, but during that journey of the 2 weeks, both has put equal emotions, equal strength, equal effort, equal, everything is equally, they both has put it. And then they was very close to reach to the Badrinath. And then landslide happened. When the landslide happened, then authority says from this point you can't go next 3 weeks. It will take time to clear the path. Sadhu says, okay, Hari Ichha, I will sit here. Whenever my Hari call me, I will go there. Now the Sansari, who has emotions involvement, expectations, he said, Bhagwan, you did it. This is not right you did to me. I have put so much effort. I have sacrificed everything to came to see you, and now you put, just I'm very close to you. Now you decided to not to call me. felt disappointed. And this is called the Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga. And then another is Karma Sannyasa. Karma Yoga, which is sometime we expect from the karma and then we get disappointed. Karma Sannyas, we don't expect anything. If Bhagwan give a darshan or not, if Bhagwan call me or not, my duty to do it. And then I have done it. Rest in Bhagwan head. And let me tell you, since Badrinath talk has came, I will tell you, is everything is decided by the Bhagwan. Either you can do whatever you want to do it. I will give you one true incident. My personal life. In 2002, sometime 2002-3, during that time. And then that time I decided, let's go to the Haridwar for a change, for holiday with the family. We went to the Haridwar. It was planned to go to the Haridwar only, not to go anywhere else. To have a spend the time nearby the Ganga river and then all those things. We reach Haridwar. We have booked our accommodation. As soon as we reach that accommodation place, that person says, oh, we are fully booked, we are overbooked. And next 3 days there is no room available. But what we can do it, you leave your luggage here, on our own expense we will send it to you, the Badrinath. Badrinath wasn't on our list at all to go to the Badrinath. But since we had an issue with the accommodation also, even if we refuse that proposal, we still have to find another accommodation, and it was big hassle. And then we wanted to stay in that pretty much accommodation. The reason why it was a pure vegetarian accommodations, food and everything was Gujarati style. So we was looking, because when we leave our comfort zone, means our territory, and then the first question start, what we going to eat, what kind of the food which will be available to that place, because particularly for the vegetarian personalities and those who have a lots of restrictions in the food, can't eat garlic, onion, these, all those things. It's difficult for them to find a decent place, in the same time focusing with the aim. And that exactly happened. Then the accommodation group says, don't worry, leave your luggage is safe here, but we will send you Badrinath. Badrinath was calling me, that's why, and without any effort. And we reached to the Badrinath. We had the darshan of the Bhagwan Sri Badrinath, Bhagwan Sri Vishnu's Lakshmi Narayan darshan. But the real story coming here is, 7 years ago, before I left, 7 years ago, a group of the people went from our society, and they went to the tour to do everything, doing the tour from Rajasthan till Delhi to go to Gokul, Mathura, Vrindavan, Haridwar, Badrinath. And they had a plan to go to the Badrinath into the list. We must go there. Unfortunately, what happened is, as soon as they reached the Joshi Mutt, halfway to the Badrinath, landslide happened, and they could not manage to reach Badrinath. And people like us, we had no plan, but it was calling from the Badrinath. We reached the Badrinath. Subject I want to make it here is karma, sannyasa, and karma yoga. Karma yoga means just do your karma, finish. Let Bhagwan to decide. When we say let Bhagwan to decide, then many people say, who is the Bhagwan to decide? Bhagwan is the supreme to decide everything. The reason why Bhagavan is supreme to decide everything, because Bhagavan knows what is good for you. We only know what is good for my body, my mind, and my senses, while the Bhagavan knows is what is good for your soul and the body combined. We don't bother about the soul, let me tell you. Atma so Paramatma. The mantra says Atma so Paramatma. Your Atma is the Paramatma. The problem starts where we don't consider Atma as the Paramatma. So we don't look the benefit of the Atma. We only look what is my benefit, physical benefit, emotional benefit, mental benefit. So everything comes with a benefit. And that is why in these days everybody gives you a reward card, either from bank to shop to petrol pump to even recently I went to the one of the place, they was offering reward for the water as well. So as much as water you buy, this is your reward. If you buy certain liter water from them, you will get the certain percentage reward. What is my benefit? Even the small little benefit, we will say, oh, I am happy with it. Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, when we into our life, particularly in a place of, into the worshipping life, into the devotional life, in the bhakti life, why we are worrying about the reward? Why we are focusing on the reward? Reward will come, automatically will come. But when we deserve to we get it rewarded. Subject is, we don't want to make it ourselves into the level of the Bhagavan which want us to be, but we want reward. At the one petrol pump, you put the petrol of the 10,000 rand, then they give you reward of the 100 rand. When you spend 10,000, then you get 100 rand back. Think about it. But you have to spend first 10,000 rand in that petrol pump to get a 1,000 rand back. Sorry, 100 rand back, not even 1,000. 100 rand back. But our focus is, at least I'm getting 100 rand. But what about your 10,000 which you spend? But when it's come to the mandir, when it's come to the place of the worship, oh, I'm going every Sunday to the place of the worship, but I'm not benefiting. How many Sunday you're going? 54 only. If you go every Sunday to the place of the worship, then in a year is only 54. Now you compare, if you spend 10,000 rand versus 100 rand, now 54 versus how much you can get benefit? 54 days, not a full day. In the 54 days, you only spending 1 hour. That means in the 365 days, 64 days which we have, in that 364 days, attending the temple services or place of the worship services, 1 hour, that means we only spending 54 to 60 hours into the place of the worship versus close to 2,000 hours. Maybe more than that. You do calculation, but we want reward. Reward from everything. Bhagavan says, make it yourself into the level which you want to become. And how you can make it yourself in a level? So then get involved into the karma where your mind, body and senses is not attached with the karma. One day, one sadhu finished his study And then he was going on the journey, divine journey. So he sit on the train. With him he had one or two bags, and he was sitting nicely. And then after one person enter into the very same compartment, sit front of him and joking, look at this, this is sadhu. But how many baggages he have? Look at this. He said leave the sansar, but he can't even leave his bag and this and that and everything. Sadhu says, okay, you can talk, no problem. And then as the journey began, they become a friend. General talk and friend. And then after a few stations, one station came where the train had a little bit longer hold than the normal. So Sadhu told that person, let's go have a tea outside. He said, no problem. Both went out from the train, ordered the tea, and sit on the benches, having a nice talk. And as they was talking, train starts departing. And this person got panic, and then Sadhu hold his hand. He said, why are you holding my hand? The train is going. Let it be, so what? So my all luggage is inside the train. But Sadhu says, my luggage also is there. So what? But you are the Sadhu, you can leave anything, I can't leave anything. Sadhu says, that's the difference between you and me. At any time, I can leave anything. If nothing belongs to me, but you guys cannot leave anything. And then he said, let's go in the train. Subject is, this journey of the train, life is journey. In that train journey, we put so much luggage. In that luggage, we can put anything up to us. We can put hatred or we can put happiness. We can put joy, we can put enviousness. We can create the friends and we can create the enemy. We can have lots of name and fame without the peace, and we have a less name and fame with the peace. Everything is up to us. It's all about when we deciding to give up. Subject is, nothing is going to come to us. Come to us means everything will stay here, which is we all of us know. But still we are behind it. Why? Because we have created difference between soul and body. We have focused on the different things. My soul is different and my body is different. While Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, your Atma is the Paramatma and Paramatma cannot live without the body. So while you have a body, use it to meet the Paramatma. But are we really focusing on the Atma? And then always says Antaratma. Antaratma is something which is always guide us truth. Allow us to walk on the path of the truthfulness. Antaratma will never going to be tell us lie. No matter how bitter truth is. No matter how uncomfortable truth is. No matter how difficult the truth is, Antaratma will not going to feel shy to tell you, okay, please don't do. But if we ignore Antaratma, if we ignore the Antaratma's voice, then definitely we are the one who will have to face the consequences about it. When we talk about the facing the consequences, means We have performed ABCD karma under the influence of the emotions, attachment, and the sensual pleasure. When we say sensual pleasure means I wanted to watch the movie, ear want to listen the gossip, and the tongue want a beautiful tasty food. If we give these three to these three senses, they will get pleased. And then after they will get so used to. So if the day you're going to give your tongue a sattvic food, your tongue not going to like it. Let me give you an example. Many times we are here. We listen also, people tells also, there was no taste in the food. What the taste means? Now it was less salty, or it was very hot, means too much chili and this. Because the taste we have created, and each one have a different taste. Someone will like it very strong food. In the restaurant, they will ask you, you want a strong, mild? Then you says mild, okay. So that means put the less chili. Strong means add extra chili. Because we have given a taste to the tongue. And the day you don't give the taste to the tongue, and tongue will say, amen, this is not a food. But end up that food is a food. We don't appreciate the food is a food, but we focus on to that, the taste of that food. If we have given use to our ears to listen only gossip, drama, entertainment, and many other things, the day you're going to give your ear a lecture like Bhagavad Gita or satsang or bhajan or kirtan, your ears will not like it. They will get bored. One day, someone told me, from so many years I have one habit. I says, what is your habit? He says, when I go to the sleep, I put the music. I says, what music you play? He says, bhajan. So I thought, oh, very good, very nice. At least person listening the bhajan, and which is we always advise. When you go to sleep, you must listen the bhajans which calm you down. Then I said, that's very good, you got very nice habit. He said, you know what, the moment I listen bhajan, I fall in sleep. And after that, what happened, I don't even know. And that's why I put the bhajan. I said, okay, what about if you put that some movie, Bollywood songs, or some debate, or some discussion? Then he said, I can't fall in sleep when I listen that music because that I like it. So bhajan I don't like it. Because I don't like the bhajan, I put the bhajan, so the bhajan make me fall in sleep. Some people are like that. Because they never gave them ears that type of the comfort. For them, bhajan is boring. Sensual pleasure I'm talking about. Eyes. When we talk about the eyes, what we want to see, we have many things to see. Our eyes can see everything in every side. But the problem is, we have trained our eyes such a way where only eyes see which our mind instruct where you must see that one only. If we have a surrounding environment, jolly environment, joyful environment, but we are only going to look the sad faces. Yeah. If we have when we go to the movie, you know what they do? They put all the lights off in the movie theater. So then at least you can focus on the screen while it's coming on the screen. Otherwise, if they put the lights on, so you can't, your focus not going to be on the movie. Your focus will be on something else. Eh? Eyes is something which is dangerous. But why it's become a dangerous? Because we only have trained our eyes in the wrong way. While the Bhagavan Sri Krishna says, the way you're going to give your senses instruction, that only your sense is going to like it. And that's why you're going to become who you are. You will be attached or detached based on what you're giving. We think about it, now identify yourself, what you giving to your senses. Tasty food, gossip, and the beautiful look. If we are in that category, then we must say, okay, hang on now, time to change. If we are not in that category, then we must think, okay, now what else I can do it? Because karma yoga and karma sannyas. Karma yoga, you must do your duty, and then karma yoga, karma sannyas says, do your duty with detachment. Now, when you're going to get detached, once you have no emotions in your karma. In these days, you can get like machine which we can have a meter. Okay, what is your pressure, blood pressure, what is your status of the diabetes, what is your mind, the scale, and many things. I don't know if is there any real machine as inverted that which can tells you your emotion level. How high is your emotions, how low is your emotions, how medium is your emotions. Only you can judge how high is your emotions, how medium is that emotions, and how lower is your emotions. I will give you a simple example before I end. When we are driving, and we see the one car is parked. So when we see the one car is parked, somebody is opening the bonnet and working something. Now when we see that things, from the far we can see. So the first things first we will see whose car is that. Okay, so I don't know the person. So this car is not familiar with me. So your emotions will say, thank you very much. Look something else. When we go, and then when we find a car, which familiar car, then we will slow down. And then what we're going to see? We're going to look at in who is there, who is the person there. Something is not looking good. But when we're going to see the person face, which is not familiar to us, but car is familiar, but the person who's fiddling with the bonnet is not familiar to us, it says, okay, it was something. But when we sure this is familiar car, this is my family member's car, this is my friend's car, my friend is in trouble, we immediately, without even thinking, we're going to stop. No further discussion, and we'll say, what happened? That is called the emotion levels. Emotions involve where you attached with something. You attach with something where you have some personal involvement towards anything and everything. And your personal involvement based on what the karma is surrounding with you, who is surrounding with you, and then how you involve into that action. But if the karma sannyasi who has detached with everything, karma sannyasi will stop no matter who is the person is that, is familiar car or not, I know the person or not, I don't know the person. If I can help, if I want to help, I will stop, finish. That is karma sannyasi will do. But karma sansari will look all these things first, and then say karma sansari will say no or yes. And this is all exactly we do in our day-to-day life. As soon as our family, our friends, our loved ones, our close ones involve anything, yes, I will be there. But if that person is not familiar with me or is not known to me, I will say thank you. I don't want to involve. And that's Bhagwan Sri Krishna says difference between karma sannyas and karma, and then karma yoga will be continuation as well. So next week Monday is a Navratri starting. So therefore, next week Monday we will not have a Bhagavad Gita talk, but then after Navratri over, we will have a Bhagavad Gita talk. So next 2 Monday, we will have a no Bhagavad Gita talk. Ne? So now we are going to do the Aarti. We will try our best to show the clear picture because we are in load shedding. So let's see what we can do. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Hare Paramatmane Pranata Kleshanashaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayan. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari He Nath Narayana Vasudeva सांझ पड़े दिन आँख में चकवा चकवी चलो चकवा क्या जय सांझ पड़े गौरी पूछे गोरिया कौन भले रो दे संपत होय तो घर भला नहीं तो भलो परदेश तिमिर गयो रवि देखता कुबुद्धि गई गुरु ज्ञान संपत गई अति लोभ से भक्ति गई अभिमानी कुंजर भयो लियो अपने सिर भार ताके जम राखू जमलोडु गड़े श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। ओम जय काना ताड़ा प्रभु जय काना ताड़ा मीठी मोरली वाड़ा मीठी मोरली वाड़ा गोपीना प्यारा ओम जय काना कामण गारा कान कामण भवतीता प्रभु कामण भवतीता माखण चोरी मोहन माखण चोरी मोहन चित चोरी लीला ओम जय काना काला नंद जसोदा गेर वैकुंठयोतार प्रभु वैकुंठयोतार्यो कालिया मर्दन की दो कालिया मर्दन की यो ने चारी ओम जय काना का गुण तना तुझ पार के में नहीं आवे प्रभु के में नहीं आवे नेति वेद पुकार नेति वेद पुकारे पुनित सुंगा ओम जय काना काला ओम जय काना काला प्रभु जय काना काला मीठी मोरलीवाड़ा गोपीना प्यार ओम जय काना काला ओम जय काना काला ओम जय काना काला कपूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णु मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनोहरि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते। श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। जलेन शीतलीकरणं कुर्यात् पुष्पैः देववन्दनं वः देवतानामभिवन्दनं वः स्थापितदेवताभ्यो नमः। निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि निराञ्जनं समर्पयामि आरार्तिकम् आरार्तिकम् आरार्तिकं समर्पयामि। यश आरोग्य प्राप्ति अर्थे स्वात्मानामभिवन्दनं वः पात्राद् बह्यस्तं प्रक्षाल्य श्रीरामचन्द्र कृपाळु भज मन हरन भव भय दारुणं नव कंजलोचन कंज मुख कर कंज पद कंजारुणं कंदर्पय गणित अमित छविन नील नीरज सुंदरम कटपीतमानहु तड़ित रुचि शुचि नौमि जनक सुता कुंडल तिलक चारु उदार अंग विभूषण आजानुभुज शर चाप धरु संग्राम जित खर दूर भजु दीन दिनेश दानव दैत्य वंश निकंदन रघुनंदनानंद कंद कौशल्य चंद्र दशरथ नंदन इति वदित तुलसीदास शंकर शेष मुनि मनरंजन मम हृदय कुंज निवास कुरु कामादि खलदल रंजनम। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गणपति महाराज की जय। विघ्नेश्वराय वरदाय सुरप्रियाय लंबोदराय सकलाय जगद्विताय नागाननाय श्रुतियज्ञ विभूषिताय गौरीसुताय गणनाथ नमो नमस्ते। गणपति महाराज उमापति महादेव श्मशाने स्वाक्री स्मरहर पिशाचा सहचरा चिता भस्मालेपं सृगपिनुकरोटी परिकरम् अमंगल्यं शीलं तव भवतु नामेवमखिलं तथापि स्मर्तॄणां वरद परमं मंगलमसि उमापति महादेव। राधे कृष्ण भगवान कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय। बाल कृष्ण भगवान शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविद्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं वसुदेवं सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगत् आकाशात् पतितं योऽयं यथा गच्छति सा सर्वदेवो नमस्कारं केशवं प्रति गच्छति मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुलङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपात्वमहं वन्दे परमानन्दममा त्वमेव माताश्च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरं गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे असिगिरिसमं शादकज्जलं सिन्धुपात्रे सुरतरुवर्षाखा लेखनी पत्रमुरवी लिखति यदि गृहीत्वां शारदा सर्वकालं तदपि तव गुणानां मीशपारं नयाति राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय 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 जगदम्बे आद्य शक्ति भवानी माम्बे मात नमो देव्यै महादेव्यै शिवायै सततं नमः नमः प्रकृत्यै भद्रायै नियतां प्रणतां स्मतां विद्युद्दाम समप्रभां मृगपतिं स्कन्दस्थितां भीषणां कन्याभिकरवालखेटविलसद्हस्ताभिरासेवितां हस्तैश्चक्रधरालिखेटविशिखां शापं गुणां तर्जनीं विप्राणां मण्डलात्मिकां शशिधरां दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे दुर्गां त्रिनेत्रां भजे अम्बे मात की जय आशापुरी मात की महालक्ष्मी मात की जय राधे कृष्ण भगवान कृष्ण कन्हैया लाल की जय बाल कृष्ण भगवान उमापति महादेव की जय गणपति महाराज की जय ओम नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव ओम नमस्ते हमारा हो प्राणदाता नमस्ते हमारा पिता माता भ्राता नमस्ते महादेव जोड़ी दिव्य हस्ते नमस्ते प्रभु जी नमस्ते 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 जय श्री कृष्ण जय श्री कृष्ण